Welcome back. Welcome back. Another episode warm up with Rivalry, man. Here to talk some football. Football season is here and rolling full effect. And today, man, we got the two beautiful guests of ours, man. Recently, welcome two daughters in the world, man. So definitely,
Yes, sir.
so if you see this little head down here, that's what's going on, man.
Hey, say what's up, Leilani? Leilani Celine.
Say hello, 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 man, bro. What we think, bro? Crazy weekend we just went through, man. Um, Unfortunately, we had to watch our Tigers
Yeah.
lose a close one at home again to Oklahoma Sooners. Man, we was in the game the whole time. But we competed, but towards the end, man, turnovers kind of took us out. Bro, what did you think of the way that we showed up this past Saturday, man, against Oklahoma?
Uh, man, it hurts you hard, man. Play the game that you should have won, man. And I'm just getting the feeling that this team just doesn't know how to finish, man. When things start to get tight in situations, hands get sweaty. And I just don't know if they know how to win, man. It's really a skill that you have to learn. You have to learn how to close out tight games, man. In this conference, there's a lot of those games, and right now we're losing them. Just killing ourselves. Nothing that they're doing. Straight turnovers by us, whether that be on the quarterback or what. But it's nothing that they're doing. It's all of us, and we have to learn how to win games.
Yeah. Now, again, we talk about it week after week. It starts at the top. How do we win games? We were in a very critical drive late in the fourth quarter, and we decide to run the RPO. That's been the conversation. Was it the right call? Was it a bad call? Should the quarterback have thrown the ball, made a better decision? But when I think about the past few weeks, Hugh's been on his quarterbacks regarding what? Decision makers, turnovers. Why do we give it to our quarterback to make that decision, make that mistake when we got one of the best running backs in the country in the backfield? That's been my deal, man. We got one of the best running backs, and we're not feeding them how we should.
Uh, that comes down to coaching. He can't just say, "Hey, man, just give him the ball." But I think he's trying to, put a little grace on his senior quarterback, to make the right decisions. And I don't know why he doesn't take more of the power away from him, because clearly we're not making the correct decision to win the football game. So the head coach definitely has to take some responsibility for that. Also with the quarterback.
Man, bro, what did you think um, just regarding the way that the game folded out? They came in the first drive. Did you watch the first drive?
It came in the first drive and what, brother? Talk
Man,
to me.
bro, ran it down our mouth, bro. Ran it down our throat, bro. Ran it down
Yep,
our throat. The first drive, freshman quarterback from Oklahoma,
yep.
came
Ran
in,
about 50.
bro. Man, you know what it reminded me of? And I hate to even compare this run, but it was the same end zone, the Cam run against LSU, bro.
Oh man.
Like I said, I don't want to take it there, but again, just when I'm watching the play, I said, man, this dude really done went 50 on us, um, at home, first drive, and for me that was concerning, just for us to open the game like that, man. But again, an Oklahoma team that's got D1 athletes, 5 stars, 4 stars on their team as well, man. So not too far down on this loss, but again, my main concern is leadership of the program. Where are we headed? What does the rest of the season look like? Which we'll discuss. We got a big one this week coming up against Georgia. We'll talk about it, man. Moving along, bro. The biggest upset of the week, I would say, Ole Miss versus Kentucky. Kentucky was able to get it done, upset lane. Man, what do you think about that Mark Stoops group, Kentucky, and where is Ole Miss headed moving forward?
Uh Kentucky was 1 point, 2 points from beating Georgia. So they're a very reputable team, man. And again, man, it's this conference, man. It's talent that's spread out all over this conference. At any given point, you could be beat. And they
Mm-hmm.
came in and they had a plan. And hats off to their defensive coordinator, man, who really put Lane's offense under. I'm not saying he'll stop it, but he really minimized it. When they pulled up the numbers and it showed the differences in the points and the yards per game, man, he had kept like 200 yards off the board. And the way he came in with that game plan, they executed and they found a way to win. Because at one point I was watching the game. At the end of the game, Kentucky had scored, and then it looked like Ole Miss was just going to drive down the field and score. But they didn't lose their composure and they fought. And As much as they moved the ball, they caught a big play. They still fought. They didn't give up. They got in field goal range, and then they still caused a turnover, man. So you just always got to fight to that last whistle. And again, they're a reputable team, SEC.
Yeah,
I feel like Mark Stoops is a excellent head coach, man. He's doing the best he can at Kentucky. I would like to see him probably with a bigger job and see if he could make some shape for real, for real.
man, nah, great point, bro. I love what Mark Stoops is doing. I love what he's building, man. Even when we talk about Kentucky, talk about coaching staffs. He's got a special teams coordinator over there by the name of Jay Bolwell.
Mm-hmm.
if a lot of people don't know, that was our special teams coordinator at Auburn, our freshman, sophomore, junior year. Uh,
Yeah, 3 years. Yeah.
and when I say, for some reason, again, we may have difference of opinions, but he found a way to have our special teams competing at a high level, whether it was
Yes, sir.
playing guys, young guys, playing guys who just wanted to go out and compete. So man, I think again what Mark Stoops is doing, he's got a coaching staff. I think he's just a great leader, by leading by example. And it shows within their team, man, because they could have easily came out the next week after dropping the Georgia game and laid an egg. You know what I'm saying? That could have been the easy route to take. So, man, shout out to Kentucky, and definitely excited to see what they do moving forward.
Yeah.
Um, the showdown for last week was Georgia taking on Alabama, man. Ended up being what some would say, Paul Feinbaum said, one of the best games that he's seen in recent years.
Mm.
That's debatable, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
I always say kick six, best game in sport, best play, best game in sports history. But man, what a game, bro. And I gotta be honest, I went to sleep on it. I fell asleep, bro.
Yeah.
Fell asleep on the game, man. Ja'Cory, my son, he comes in the room. Daddy, you ain't watching the game? Alabama just scored, bro. And again, obviously I saw the highlights, man. But what'd you think about that game in general, how it played out, man, and the competition level?
Man, Alabama came out with an excellent plan, man. Georgia really had no answer for Milrow to start out, and he was going crazy and was making it look like he was definitely a top Heisman contender. But I think Alabama might have won a 28-0 on him, and hats off and credit to Kirby Smart, man, getting in that locker room and galvanizing his guys and saying the right things to get them to keep believing, because you could have easily shut it down being on the road at Alabama and just said whatever, we'll take this L, what I'm saying, whether it's by one or by 100, it's still an L. But they came out, man, they fighting, man. I saw one of his interviews, and he just told the team, like, we got to make more moments than they make. We got to wait one more moment than they make. And then at the end of the game, what I'm saying, they came up short. He said, he reiterated, he was like, we just came up one moment short. Yeah. And it was a great football game. It really was, man. It was entertaining to watch. Once George did wake up, it was very entertaining to watch, man. But with that being said, I have to send a shout out to the 17-year-old freshman from Alabama, man. He is a true game breaker, playmaker, whatever you want to call it, man. The moment's never too big, it seems like. And you know what I'm saying? In those moments when Alabama look like they need to play, they look like they look for him.
Yeah.
And he's just 17 years old. And that says a lot about him and built the trust this far. You know what I'm saying? Just this early in the season that they trust him to go in high pressure moments. So credit to him, Ryan Williams. Where's number 2, man? Outstanding freshman. Your boy in basketball will call him Lou Bartel will call him a diaper dandy. So great football game. Can't wait to see more of it, man. SEC, it's a new day. It's a new day, and Georgia has to get ready for another big game. So you can't get down on. Well, they would say they got Auburn coming. You know what I'm saying? But we always play them tough, so it is a big game, and then one you can lose.
Yeah, man. Nah, huge shout out Ryan Williams, bro. Reclassified up, as everyone knows, but to come in as a freshman, you know how hard it is to be mature, to learn an offense, to be dedicated to, really becoming a college and professional athlete now. It's professional sports. And he's done a great job, man. Continues to shine. Milrow trusts him. And he'll baller. You know what I'm saying? Probably one of the best receiver in the country as a reclassified freshman.
Yeah.
But again, man, great job, Bama, man. As always, they putting a good product on the field. Georgia as well. And like you mentioned, for Georgia to come back out, continue to fight, that's a reflection of the head guy, man. It's no way that if you don't have a leader at the helm of that program in that situation, you fold. you fold every
ASAP.
time. Man, yeah.
ASAP.
So, man, great week, man. But we got an even better one coming up this week, man. We got some great games, man. So let's get it, man. Predictions with Ryan, bro. Let's start it off, man.
Not
Kicking
yet.
it off.
We missing one. We
What we
missing one.
got? What we got? What we got?
Missing one, man. Down in there in Orlando.
Oh man, I'm
Orlando.
sorry, man. How did we forget this one? Talk about it.
We got UCF and Colorado, man. You go get your chance.
Say I'm
UCF and
talking now.
Colorado. Prime came down to Orlando and said, of course, that UCF will have the biggest crowd that they ever had because they coming to see us. Which he's right, man. They're the show in town always, man. It's always gonna be lights, camera, action when they come, man. But like I've previously stated before, I think they're starting to put things together, man. They came in, Colorado came in and beat a good UCF team, I thought, well-coached team by Coach Malzahn, but they came in and I think they dominated off the rip. I think that first drive they might have came up a little short of some, but once they got their rhythm going, man, it was clear who the better team was, who had the top players, man. Once again, another standout performance by Travis Hunter, man. His instincts for the game is just things you can't coach, man. It's God given, and he's fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? He's not a running back, he's not a quarterback, and he still finds ways to make plays. He's very dependent on other people to make plays. It's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy watching. It's very entertaining.
Bro, the stat line was crazy. I forget the receptions, the reception yards with the INT on the other side, right?
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy to watch something we haven't seen again since I've been watching college football. I haven't seen a guy who is playing 100% of the snaps down there offensively and defense at the highest level. At the highest level. But man, I don't know how we forgot about this one. Like you mentioned, bro, Colorado came in, punched Malzahn's group in the mouth. They played a good game, man. It seems and what we hope for is they're starting to find their identity. They're running the football, feel comfortable on offense. Defense is playing at a high level right now. Again, when you talk to the players with that program, they commend the defensive coordinator that recently came in. And what one of the players said was that he literally just adapted to what they did best. So I think again, great change by the head guy, bringing in a defensive coordinator who can who can motivate them guys and get them playing at a high level. So I'm excited to see Colorado, bro. I'm excited to see them boys moving forward in the season.
Yeah. Everybody's excited, man. I think they're putting it together. Yeah. Possible dark horse for the playoffs towards the end.
You said it, though. You said if they win out, they'll be in the playoffs.
For sure.
One thing, did you see that Deion has another player that he's planning to play both ways? Like
I did see that, man. I think it was like number 17 or something. But
what was your thoughts when you seen it?
I was just like, man, he found another one. But you got to commend Deion for letting these guys be who they are, not just forcing them to square peg. You know what I'm saying? If they flourish on both sides, why not let them play? Yeah. Why not let him showcase his ability, man, until we figure out which is best. And if he can do both, let's do it.
And we talked about that. He's the only coach in the country that would probably allow that. Why? Because he's not doing it the traditional way.
Yep.
He's playing ball. He's trying to get guys on the field, playmakers on the field to win football games. It's not about, hey, this guy's our second receiver. We got a cornerback, blah, 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 blah. He needs snap counts. He's letting guys play ball.
So my thing is with that, just thinking about it, if say Coach Prime goes to a major school, Florida State, Georgia, Bama, or a school like that where he can get those top 5 recruiting classes, will he continue to let guys play both ways, or will that stop? I think another reason why guys are playing both ways, or Travis or another guy playing both ways, is because they're not getting the kind of recruiting class that comes with a lot of stacked talent. You have to account for that. Like if I got 5-star corners over here, 4-star, guys that can play corner, then you know what I'm saying, hey man, we might not need you. But it's still interesting to see. I don't know for a fact if he would or would not, but it's just interesting to see.
Yeah. No, great question. Great question. I don't know. We'll see. One thing I do know is just imagine, we talked about it before, Deion leading the Auburn Tigers right now. Ain't that right? What if we had Travis Hunter? What if we had Shedeur? We look like an entirely different program. But hey, man, who knows? But great ball game. and we definitely looking forward to seeing Colorado move forward through the season, brother.
We had those be undefeated, no question.
Yes, sir. Let's get it, man. Predictions with Ryan. Back at it, man. We have Missouri traveling to Texas A&M. Number 9 Missouri on the road versus the number 25 Texas A&M team who seems to be finding themselves. Who you got?
Man, I was torn between this one, man. I really want to say Missouri, but I'm gonna go with Texas A&M, and I'm gonna go with Texas A&M because of their quarterback, man. I like the freshman, man. He's doing good things, and I don't know. I just think it's time that Missouri catches an L somewhere, and this will be the place I think they would. I know Texas A&M will be excited. 12 man will be going,
Yeah.
um, and I think their coach is finally getting through to them. They took that L with Notre Dame at home first. I think the coach's philosophy is starting to set in a little bit more, and they understand what he's asking for, the standard or whatnot. So I think Texas A&M will get this one in a close one.
No, I like it, bro. I'm with you. I'm gonna piggyback off what you said. I like Texas A&M quarterback situation, front seven, and it just feels like this is where Missouri takes the L. Like you said, it just feels like it, man. But what I will say, what I will say, Missouri can pull out a win right here. It's gonna be another key win for Eli.
Yeah,
This is gonna be a big win for Eli again if he can go into Texas A&M and find a way to win. So definitely one I'll be watching 11 a.m. On Saturday. So the
they
next
kick
one we got,
early.
they're kicking it off early, yes sir. The next one we got, man, I put it on here because I want to discuss, man. I just want to know what you think because I'm always taking a crazy prediction. So with this one, would definitely be a huge underdog pick, man. You got UCLA headed to Penn State.
Hmm.
UCLA, Chip Kelly, that offense, and what it used to be. They're a 24-point underdog, I believe, on the road. Probably deserved. But this is a game I'm taking the underdog. I'm taking UCLA to upset Penn State. I'll kick it off like that. Um, and I give them 7 points.
Yeah, in this one, I'm gonna take Penn State to win. I don't see an upset happening. Um, Mainly because I watched UCLA play LSU, and I thought they could have been a whole lot better. They do have their head coach is a first year head coach, actually a black guy.
UCLA doesn't have Chip Kelly?
No, Chip Kelly is the OC at Ohio State.
Wow, wow, that's how far behind I am.
Yeah, he stepped down and took the OC job at Ohio State.
Oh man, I need to
But
take that off my parlay.
they do have enemy. They have the enemy over there at OC, but I'm still taking Penn State to win now.
The enemy that was with the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Man, I did not know that. With UCLA. All right. No, I like it. All right. So UCLA, man. Um, how did they look against LSU?
Oh, they started out doing well, and then LSU, took over.
Yeah.
So they started doing well. I know they had a couple injuries, starters and stuff, so that took them out. But they fair weather. But I think Penn State will come and win this one at home.
All right, man. Another one. We talked about this team a few times. Quarterback that reminded us of yourself, man. I like the kid. Boston College. They're headed into Virginia this
Mm,
week.
yeah.
Um, again, I put this on just because of the quarterback situation. I like what Boston College has done. Obviously, we watched them play against Florida State early in the season.
Hmm.
Man, what do you think? Boston
Yeah.
College at Virginia.
I like Boston College, man. I like Boston College. Bill O'Brien, head coach, man. Again, I have to harp on the defensive coordinator being one of my former coaches, man, and Tim Lewis. I
Okay.
like what they're doing up there, man. And I actually root for them. I like, that they got the quarterback, remind me of myself size wise, and he's getting it done on the collegiate level. I like them to go in Virginia and handle business. I think that they're turning that program around, honestly, and bringing a professional mindset to it.
Yeah. No, I like it. I like Boston College as well, man. You talked about it. Their defense was going to put pressure on a lot of these quarterbacks. I take your word for it. You played with Tim Lewis. I'm taking Boston College in this matchup as well, brother.
Yes, sir.
Man, the next one, can we do it? Can we upset the world? Can we shock the world? We've got Auburn heading into Georgia. Between the hedges, man, one of the toughest places to play in the country. And now you've got a head guy who, when he sees blood, man, he attacks. This
Yeah.
is not a guy who's going to take it easy on you. He means business. And I definitely think he'll have his group fired up, man. You got Auburn headed into Georgia. What do we think? How can our Tigers fare in this matchup?
Happening, man, at all. Mainly because one reason is because, man, it's how long has it been since we went into Georgia and got a win? Um, I haven't done it, and I think it dates back to Cadillac and Ronnie Brown days. That's one reason. Second reason is Georgia's coming off of
And
mama.
that's over 20 years. That's over 20 years of you talking about Cadillac and Ronnie days.
So and then just coming off that loss to Alabama, I think they refocus and we pretty much come in as a punching bag to get that nasty taste out of our mouth. Are we able to go in there and win the game? Yeah, we can. It's not like we're an underdog where you think Vanderbilt coming in and they have no chance. We have a chance to win always with the Auburn Tigers. But do I think they're gonna win? I don't think so.
Oh man, our program, we've had the worst start imaginable. We've had the worst start imaginable, man, where this was the start, as I said, that we talked about before the season. Like, this is worst case scenario for us. And we're in the midst of it right now. And on top of that, we've got, again, leadership where they don't necessarily believe in the guys. Again, I feel like we're in shambles right now. Um, I didn't know it was over 20 years before we went into Georgia and won the game.
Yeah.
But for some reason, man, and it's not going to be because of head coaching. I don't know. I don't know what the reason is. We're a 24-point underdog, but I'm taking the Auburn Tigers.
God, dog.
I'm sorry. I know last week, man, I took Oklahoma to beat Auburn. The week before that, I took Arkansas to beat Auburn. But it's one of them ones, man, where somehow, some way, the Auburn Tigers get it done.
Wow.
War Eagle, brother.
Wow. Do we abolish the losing streak we got between the hedges, huh?
This is it. I don't know how. It just feels like a situation where if Auburn wins this game, now you've got Q back on the high horse, where everyone believes again, which I think would be a mistake.
Yeah, well, Hugh likes to, place blame on certain positions when there's a loss, man. So I have to speak to recruitment on this one, man. We just received a top recruit at quarterback, just
Mhm.
committed, man, and Deuce Knight out of Mississippi, man. Really was a huge flip for us coming out from Notre Dame to Auburn. Excited, man. Hugh has him on the planes, committed to come to the plains. So this time next year, man, I don't know if you play a freshman, but he shouldn't have any excuses, man. He has his guy in the room, and we should see how to do.
Man, let's not save him, man. Again, uh, will he know what to do with that type of talent?
Mhm.
That's to be
Time will
seen.
tell.
Time will tell, man. All right, moving along, we've got Ole Miss headed to South Carolina. Ole Miss coming off a loss, headed
Yeah.
to a place that's hard to win at, and a South Carolina team that's competing.
Yep.
Man, what do you think about this matchup? This is gonna be a fun one.
Shockingly, it's
Definitely
gonna be a
excited
good
to see it.
game.
Yep.
It's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a very entertaining game to watch. I don't know if South Carolina's quarterback came back yet, but if not, they got Robbie Asher, who I think is an excited guy to watch.
Yep.
Ole Miss is gonna, again, come off a loss at home. They're gonna want to refocus and get the bad taste out of their mouth. So I see Lane trying to pass it all over the field, man, and really make a statement. Because last week, like we discussed, that OC pretty much shut him down. I mean, that DC pretty much shut him down for Kentucky. So he's gonna come out and have all kind of plays and remind people that what I'm saying, this is what I do. Who am I gonna take in that? Ooh, that's tough, man. That's tough. I can easily see Ole Miss dropping two, and I can easily see them coming in there and putting up 50 points. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna pick Ole Miss to win, and I'm gonna say they're gonna win by at least 10.
That's solid, man. They are the favorite. I don't know the point spread. I'd say 10, 7.5. With that being said, you talked about it. Lane will come in. He's going to force the issue. He's going to try to make things happen, put points on the board. But would that be detrimental to the guys? I think so. I see Ole Miss with 2+ turnovers this Saturday. I got South Carolina, man. Big win at home. Big win at home against Lane by defensive showing defensive showing. Really coming out to shut down that offense.
I ain't mad at that. I can see that happening. So either way it go, I think it's going to be a exciting game to watch. What time is that? 12 o'clock?
No, I actually think it's at 6.
6.
I think so. I could
Okay.
be wrong. Gonna be a fun one though. Man, moving along, Clemson, number 15 team in the country, headed to Tallahassee, man, to play against a damaged and bruised Florida State team.
Mm-hmm.
FSU team, man, with a lot of question marks. Man, can Dabo continue his streak, continue to come in, continue to beat teams down? Clemson's been playing some good ball these past few weeks. What are your thoughts?
Man, my thoughts, man. Against another one. Word has been out that Florida State had planned on benching Uga Ungale, which I think would be terrible to do, man. I think you bench him, man. I think you should do it after this one, man. Let him play against Clemson, man. It's going to be a lot of – I'm sure he's going to want to come and beat them. So I think you're going to get his best version. I think Clemson has the better team. And I think they come into Tallahassee and they steal a win. I feel like they're starting to hit on cylinders. Just watching their last previous games, man, after Georgia, after that, after playing number one team, I think it was a little bit of a worry in that game. I don't think they came out thinking they could win,
For sure.
Even start out. But I've been, watching them out the side and peeping that they're starting to put things together, man, and put up points on the board. So I got Clemson coming in and beating Florida State.
Got Clemson coming in beating Florida State. I like the pick just because, again, Clemson's been playing solid ball, man, competing. Dabo seems to be trying to click on all cylinders. But I guess I'm the underdog guy. Why not? Why not, man? I'm taking FSU to upset Clemson this week. Man, I just feel like, man, for some reason, Florida State has guys, man, who can play. The thing is, you can't look on the other sideline and say, man, this guy – he's not an athlete. He can't compete. He can't play. They got guys who can compete.
Yeah.
I think this Saturday, man, for some reason, man, I feel like they pull it together, man, and get a win. Got
Tell
FSU.
me the win, bro. Tell me how they get the win.
Man, I think they get the win. I think run game. Again, I like the running back they have over there, bro. And I feel like in the trenches, somehow he rushes for 2 touchdowns. Offensively, Clemson's been living by big plays, bro. And I think being battle tested. When I look at Clemson's schedule the past 2 games, I forget the teams they played, but it wasn't anybody reputable.
One was NC State. They played
NC State, which was playing with a freshman quarterback. NC State, they blew NC State out. The week before that, was it App State?
They just played somebody else. They played NC State 2 weeks ago, and they played somebody else this past week. I can't remember right now off the top of my head.
I just feel like, again, I feel like competition matters, man. When you played against some guys, even if you lose those games, I feel like FSU's schedule has been a tougher schedule. And I think they'll be ready to play. Man. 2 rushing touchdowns. They get it done on the ground. That's my answer.
Speaking of on the ground, my thing is, has FSU been running the quarterback enough? Big guy, has he been utilizing his legs at all?
Is that him? It doesn't, from watching it, it doesn't seem like that's the type of quarterback he is.
At Clemson, he was running a little bit more, and he was having a little bit more success in his earlier years as a freshman. I don't know, man. They just need to try to, cross everything off the board, honestly, and pull out all the tricks, man, because it'll be a great win to, for DJ and definitely for the coach, definitely for their morale, not giving up on the season. I'm sure if they lose this one, it's pretty much in the trash. And then if they lose that Miami one, then you can cancel Christmas. And then you got a toilet bowl at the end of the year with Florida.
Oh, man. Well, like you said, it's going to be a big one, man. Excited to see it. All right, man. The showdown of the night, I believe they start at 6.